Imagine you were born in Sparta at the age of 7. Your childhood would have ended. You would have learned to endure hunger, cold, and pain. You would have been trained to fight. And one day, you would have stood before a real army. Because in Sparta, war was not just a part of life, it was your life. What would your life have been like if you had been born a Spartan asterisk? It is before sunrise, the air is cold, and the mountains surrounding Sparta are still hidden in darkness. You are born into a society where your life does not entirely belong to you. From the very first moment, the people around you wonder whether you will be strong enough for the world you have been born into. In Sparta, a child is not seen simply as a child. He is the future of a warrior society. If you are a boy, your path is already almost decided. You will not have an ordinary childhood. You will not grow up believing that life is supposed to be comfortable. You will be taught to endure the cold, hunger, pain, fear, and above all, discipline. But you know none of this yet. Right now, you are simply a child. And for a few years, your family will be your entire world. The years pass. At around the age of 7, your life changes. You are taken from your family environment and enter the system known as the agōgē from this moment on. You are no longer raised only by your parents. You are educated by the state. You are given rules. You are given orders. You are placed into a group of boys with whom you will grow up and compete. Morning does not begin when you want it. 2. It begins when you are told. You run. You fight. You learn discipline. You learn to obey. And you learn not to complain. The instructors are not there to make your life easier. Quite the opposite, they want to discover how much you can endure. Because one day, you will stand in a battle formation, and the man beside you will need to know that you will not run. Food is scarce, not because Sparta did not know good food, but because deprivation was considered part of your education. You must learn to survive with what you have, not to depend on comfort. To be resourceful, to be resilient. Sometimes you steal food. If you succeed, you have demonstrated something. If you are caught, you are punished, not simply because you stole, but because you were caught in this world. The ability to survive matters. At night, you sleep in simple conditions. You do not have the comfortable bed. You know today, you must learn to sleep with little rest, to endure the cold, to get back on your feet when your body tells you to stay down. As you grow older, the training becomes harder. You run across rough terrain. You condition your body. You learn to fight. You learn to use weapons. But the most important thing you learn is not how to strike. You learn how to remain calm, because on the battlefield, fear does not disappear. You still feel it. You simply learn to act despite it around you. The other boys go through the same training. Some become stronger. Some fall behind. Some give up. You continue day after day, year after year. Your body changes. The child begins to disappear, and in his place, the soldier emerges. One day, you look around and realize that the city where you grew up does not resemble the stories of the wealthy cities of Greece. Sparta is not Athens. It is not built around luxury, art, or philosophy in the same way. The society is organized around discipline and warfare. You see people training. You see soldiers. You hear footsteps, orders, metal around you. Everyone knows what is expected of them. You do not have to ask what your purpose is. You were told from childhood, be strong, be disciplined. Do not abandon the formation. Do not abandon your comrades. Asterisk. In the evening, you do not simply return home for a quiet dinner. Spartan life includes communal meals. You sit beside the others. You eat the same food. You talk. You listen. You learn. Here, you are not simply an individual. You are part of the group. And the group is essential, because on the battlefield, you will not survive alone. Your shield protects the man beside you. His shield protects you. A soldier who abandons his comrades can destroy the entire formation. That is why discipline is not merely a rule. It is a condition for survival. Asterisk. One day, you receive your equipment. The shield, the spear, the helmet, the armor. For the first time, The objects you have seen throughout your childhood no longer belong to someone else. Now they are yours. You lift the shield. It is heavy. You feel its weight in your arm, but you do not put it down because you have been preparing for this moment. You look forward. Around you are people who have gone through the same things. You grew up with them. You trained with them. You suffered with them. Now you will fight beside them. Asterisk. Imagine the first morning when you know you are about to fight. The sun is barely appearing. The air is cold. The metal of your armor touches your skin. You hear your comrades breathing. No one speaks much. For the first time, you understand that all the training had a purpose. Every run, every punishment, every cold night, every moment of hunger, everything has brought you here. In front of you stands the opposing army. These are no longer children. This is no longer a training exercise. It is real, and for a moment you are afraid. That is normal. You are human. But then you hear the command. You raise your shield. One step forward. Asterisk. The formation begins to advance. Shield beside shield, man beside man. You do not run alone. You do not fight alone. Every movement must be coordinated. Chaos appears before you. Shouts, metal, earth, dust rises into the air. You hear impacts against your shield. You feel your arm vibrating for a moment. You no longer understand what is happening. All you can see is the man in front of you. And then you remember what you were taught. Do not break formation. Do not abandon. The man beside you. Advance. Another, and another, and another. Asterisk. When the battle ends, the silence feels more powerful than the noise. You breathe heavily. Your armor is covered in dirt. Dust clings to your skin. You look around. Some of your comrades return, others do not. And then you understand something no instructor could ever have explained to you. War is not like the stories. It is not only glory. It is fear, pain, loss, and consequences. Asterisk. You return to Sparta. The city continues to exist. People go on with their lives. Children train. Young men grow older. Men leave for war. And the next generation begins exactly the same journey. But for you, something has changed. You have gone through what you were prepared to do from childhood. You have become part of the system, part of Sparta's army, part of a society that built discipline, almost like a religion. But now a question emerges. Was it worth it? Asterisk. For hundreds of years, Sparta became a symbol of military discipline, but for the man who lived there, it was not a legend. It was his life. You did not have the freedom to choose every path. You did not have the comfort of the modern world. You did not have the technology we consider normal today, but you had society that told you very clearly who you were supposed to become. And perhaps the most interesting question is not, would you have wanted to be a Spartan? But if you had been born there, would you have ever known that another life existed?